This is a quaint little drama about a young woman, a Muslim girl living in the US. And she herself doesn't seem to be overly religious, but her parents are. Especially her mother, who seems a tad bit overprotective too, and her dad seems a little bit more lax. And they are both Pakistani immigrants who have worked hard to get to where they are. But anyway, this girl likes skateboarding and shows some promise as a rider too. She has a way with words, and the only class she's ever shown attending is a creative writing class. And yeah, the story follows her as she navigates her life and tries to, well, fit in with the Western world, I guess, while simultaneously not upsetting her parents. And tries to figure out who she is and what she wants out of life in general. Meanwhile, she's obviously also struggling with all the things basically every teenager struggles with. And in a lot of ways this is sort of a basic teenage drama, but on the other hand, the whole religious aspect does add another dimension to it as well. And I did like that the parents weren't just background actors either. They play an important role and they even have their own drama too. And as far as the acting in this goes, I liked it a lot, especially the mom really managed to shine at times. But the actress who plays the main girl was also really good, so I had no issues with that at all. It's also a decent looking movie and I didn't really have any problems with the direction or the editing. In fact, one of the things that made this as good as it was the pacing. It's just a very tight and concise movie with no room for anything extra. And if you watched my reviews before, you know that I'm not a fan of bloat in movies. And this one definitely didn't have any of that, it was just straight to the point and that's that. Which I guess brings me to the story itself, because I found it to be really compelling. And I can't think of the last time I sympathized this much with a teenage girl. But I thought both the writing and the acting just worked together to create a character and a narrative that just got to the point. And managed to sell me on this whole situation and made me really feel for her. I mean, it does help to have this religious aspect in there as well, which was more or less guaranteed to rile me up, as I'm definitely not a fan of religious dogma. But unlike a lot of movies that just seem to use that for whatever frivolous reasons, in this it was an intricate part of the story. And I thought this used it very well. It fit the story, it made sense, and it had a definite point too. So again, kudos to the writer-director for putting together a really compelling and emotionally gripping little movie. A movie that I ended up enjoying quite a bit, and one that kinda came out of nowhere too. Because I've heard no opinions on it at all, and it's just been sitting in my watch queue for a few months now. And at this point I was pretty convinced I'd never get around to it, but on a whim I did. And I'm glad I did, because it just did everything right and I didn't really have any issues with it. I mean, it's not a masterpiece and it's probably not gonna end up on any lists. But it's a really solid movie nonetheless, and that's pretty much it. So how about it? Would I recommend it? Sure, why not? Especially if you like smaller, quaint little dramas. Then you should definitely give it a look, or you could not do that. After all, I'm not your dad. But hey, what are your thoughts on this? Have you seen it? Did you like it? Let me know. And if you enjoyed the video, maybe give it a thumbs up or sub to the channel, because that would be fantastic. And if you'd like, you can also support me on Patreon or PayPal through the links in the description. And as always, I appreciate you and thanks for watching.